G'day viewers, and welcome to Too Tough to Think's second week of the finals round special edition show episode finals presentation, proudly brought to you by another from the wonderful range of dud products. Yes, you know a dud when you see one. Now, we've all enjoyed in the past the rich, velvety chocolate flavour of milk duds. Now it's time to enjoy the... Really? Now it's time to enjoy the rich, creamy flavour of Dud's milk. Oh, I can't. This. No. Oh, wait. Stop. Cut. Bloody hell! Dud's milk. It was a. It's in a. It looks like it's in a specimen jar. God. You know Billy Brownless watches the show. Billy's not going to want to drink Dud's. Eddie Maguire, you're ruining me. What else have you got? You know, 25 weeks into the show and you still... Is that it? Okay, well, we'll run with that. And that's it. You know, after today, that's it. You're gone. You're out. You're fired. Alright, you as well. Yes, Too Tough to Think's final edition special week 2 thing proudly brought to you by Wonka's fruit-shaped runts. Yes, runty bits of fruit-shaped... Anyway, we've got the check, I don't care. So, and yeah, look, the Dud's milk thing, I'm sorry about that, you know, it's hard to get good stuff these days, but we can't have Poland's number one, you know, international footy chat show running around with products like that. So let me rest assure you that the staff member involved has been sacked, and that, she's already got another position, which is great for her. She's now the head of forward planning down at Richmond. Congratulations. Speaking of Richmond, the finals limelight has well and truly been stolen over the last couple of weeks by the turmoil down at Tigerland. After another disastrous season on the park, it really came as a surprise to nobody that there was an attempted boardroom coup down there at Punt Road, led by a group calling themselves the Focus on Football Group. Now this group took over the back pages of the newspapers with this bold initiative. They want to come in and change nothing. That's right, change nothing. But they do want to see the coach's game plan because they can't work out what he's doing. I think we'd like to see that game plan. I think everyone would like to see that game plan because I don't think we're any wiser either. But seriously, folks, they did have two good ideas. One, get club legend Neil Baum back to Tigerland to sort out the footy department. And two, they recognised and they made it public that yes, it's official now, Richmond is 35 years into their original 5-year rebuilding plan and that perhaps it's time to rethink that rebuilding plan. Of course, this coup went nowhere. The incumbent board said the focus on football ideas were rubbish, and then predictably they went about implementing most of them, including and most importantly, the appointment of Neil Baum to head up the footy department down there at Tigerland. Confused? So am I. But that's business as usual at Richmond. One thing we can say is that appointing Baum shows that the club is actually thinking about football, although it's too early yet to say whether they are actually focusing on it. Neil Baum's first job when he gets to the club is, and I quote, to undertake a thorough review of the football department. And he went on to say that if room can be found in the equipment cupboard there, in the football department, they might even buy a few footballs. Although it's too early yet to say whether they'll let the players use them, as they haven't really ever had their hands on a football before in any meaningful sense. Speaking of, I've got no idea what's going on, business as usual with football, I'm confused, how about you? It came as no surprise that 34-year-old, 3-time club champion and former captain, Western Bulldogs player Matthew Boyd was offered a 1-year contract extension in August. However, it did come as a big surprise to just about everybody in the football world when that offer was almost immediately removed, the club citing concerns about Boyd's form at the time. Boyd answered these concerns by winning his 3rd All-Australian selection nomination in the next month. All sane people and Bulldog fans now expect that contract to mysteriously reappear on the table, claiming that it had only popped out for a leak and was not at any stage withdrawn. In news just in, the Bulldogs staffer responsible for withdrawing the contract has since been asked to leave the club, but has in a last-minute move just accepted a position at Richmond as head of internal football affairs. In other football news, last weekend we said goodbye to the most effective, the most resilient player in the history of the game. Yes, I'm talking about Boomer Harvey. 38 years of age, 425 games. More games than any other player in the history of the game. And how did his club, North Melbourne, celebrate this massive achievement? Well, of course, by giving him the sack. Yes, giving him the sack. Even though all year he's featured as one of North's top 3 most effective forwards, has gathered more possessions than most of the rest of North Melbourne put together, and is expected to poll very highly in their best and fairest for this year. He was given the sack. That's football. Who knows what's going on? However, he may have been given the sack by North, but he is expected to be offered a contract by another club, Bulldogs, and so looks like Boomer will play on next year. Not so lucky though for the staff member responsible for giving him the sack, as he himself has been sacked. But in late news, we have a late bulletin here to say that the staff member responsible for sacking Boomer has been offered a job at Richmond as manager of player welfare. Meanwhile, in Canberra, Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has finally announced the date for the plebiscite on same-sex marriage. And he's also announced that he's setting aside $7.5 million each for the yes and the no people to conduct their advertising campaigns. Surprisingly though, as these are not strictly political campaigns, they're not governed by the same rules as political campaigns, which effectively means they're not actually required to tell the truth. Yeah, me too. Turnbull has also set aside $7.5 million for the undecided voters and $7.5 million for the donkey voters too, to conduct their campaigns. And he has also requested, and very sensitively, that the gay community refrain from calling homophobes during the campaign because they might be offended. Oh, poor little lambs. The Liberal Party staff member responsible for this raft of announcements has since joined Richmond as their head of public relations. Well, that very simply is the show, this second final week special edition special of week 2 of the finals. All that's left for me to say now is, go Dogs! Stick it up the Hawks! Come on boys, you can do it! See you next week. Hello, yeah, Richmond Footy Club. It's done. Yeah, the talk, too tough to think. Yeah, that's me. Now look, I hear there's a few, you've got a few vacancies there at the moment. Yeah, well, I was thinking head of media, head of Richmond TV, I could do that, yep. Cleaning, yeah, I've had to clean up my act a few times, so I know my way around that. Yeah, club president. Am I interested? Oh, well, yeah, of course. What are the hours?